Hello everybody and welcome to episode 21 of the Little Black Cat Knits podcast, a podcast all about knitting and crochet and cross stitch and quilting and pretty much any other crafty thing I decide to work on. I'm your host Ashley, coming at you from New Jersey, where I live with my husband, my two sons, and my little black cat. You can find me on Instagram as Gatti Yarn Co, on Etsy as Gatti Yarn Co, on Ravelry as AM Gatti. There is a group for this podcast on Ravelry. All you have to do is search for the Little Black Cat Knits podcast, and there will be show notes and everything there. If you're not a Ravelry user, you can go to gattiyarn.com and there will be show notes there also. And I finally finished updating all of that, so all the show notes to every episode are there. Let's see, what else? You can buy all of my hand-dyed yarn on Etsy at Gatti Yarn Co, because I am the owner and dyer behind Gatti Yarn Co. If you don't feel like searching for any of those things, they will all be in the description down below. If you are a new viewer, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. Let's see, today is Monday, May 3rd. And I'm filming kind of late again today. We just finished up dinner, so yeah, I apologize for the lighting. I don't have studio lights, probably something I should invest in at some point. But it's kind of rainy and gloomy today, so the lighting is not the best, but we're gonna roll with it. I've got a pretty short episode for you guys today. Haven't really made much progress on stuff because I've been focusing on one project, so it's been taking up most of my time. But I did still want to get a video out for you guys, so let's jump right in. I do not have any FOs, but that's okay. And I have 3 whips, so let's do it. Let's just jump right in. First whip I have is living in this witch's bag, which, like I say every single week, I have no idea where it's from. Pretty sure it's Toad Hollow, New Jersey, but I could be wrong. But living in this bag is my Like a Cloud cardigan by Joji Locatelli. I haven't made too much progress. As you can see, last week we were here, and now we're here. Couple rows, really haven't done much. I'm knitting this out of Knit Picks Stroll in black and Aloft in carbon, also from Knit Picks. Let's see, what else? I'm knitting these on US size 4, 3.5 millimeter needles, which is what the pattern calls for. And yeah, I haven't really made much progress because, like I said, I have really pretty much just been working on one thing this week, and yeah, there's really not much else to say about that. Like I said, this is going to be a short episode, so yeah. I think that's all I have to say about that. So moving right along, living in this beautiful Captain America bag from the Silver Shed USA. It'd be nice if I learned how to talk, you know? That'd be helpful. But I am working on my vanilla Iron Man socks, and as you can see, I have finished the leg and started the heel. How gorgeous is this yarn, by the way, guys? I am knitting this out of a sock set from Lady Pearl Design. The main color is called I Love You 3000, and the heel, and this will also be the toe, is called Arc Reactor. And it's inspired by Iron Man, and it's beautiful, and I love it. I am knitting these on US size 1, 2.25 millimeter Chiago 9-inch circulars. And this has pretty much been just my car knitting when I have to go pick up Bruce, and if we're hanging out in the living room and I can't really, I don't really want to, have anything to, think too much about. I've been working on these. So this has gotten a decent amount of work in the last week. I really haven't had too much time to knit this past week because I spent 2 days this past week dyeing up yarn to send out to some podcasters. And yeah, I shipped all that out today, so they should be getting them soon. So if you watch any of those podcasts, you'll see my yarn pop up. I'm not going to tell you which ones. Well, that doesn't make any sense. I should tell you which ones, shouldn't I? I sent some to Crazy Sock Lady, Naughty Knitwits, Mace of Skeins, and Adventures with Yarn. And if you watch their podcasts when they receive their yarn, you'll see it, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, so I really haven't gotten much knitting done. It's really just because I was dyeing up yarn this week. But the last thing I've been working on, I told you guys, this is going to be a very short episode. I think I've only been talking for about 3 minutes. But the last thing I'm going to talk about is living in this beautiful library bag from the Silver Shed USA. And this is what's been getting most of my attention this week. Hold on. Does this happen to anybody else? My light bulb stitch markers get stuck to my iPad all the time. It drives me insane. But anyway, I am working on these socks for my mother-in-law for Mother's Day, and that's why they have been getting most of the attention, because I have to have them done by Sunday. But I finished the first sock. How beautiful. And I am ready to start the heel on the second sock. So I'm making progress. These should be done by Sunday, which unfortunately means I will not be able to show them in next week's podcast, but I will show a picture of them finished. But yeah, I am knitting these Magic Loop on US size 1 2.25 millimeter needles. These are Chiaogu red lace fixed circulars, and I love them. And I'm knitting this out of the Afternoon Tea Share a Pair set from Mandy's Makings. And it's just, let me hold up the finished sock, because it's just, this pattern is just so beautiful. Oh, I should probably tell you what pattern it is. This is the Follow Your Path socks by Kay Litton, Crazy Sock Lady. But look how beautiful this pattern looks in this yarn. Guys, I'm obsessed. I can't. It's gorgeous. But yeah, I've been really trying to like bust my butt to get these done by Sunday, which I don't think that'll be a problem. I'll probably get the heel done tomorrow, hopefully, and then the gusset and everything in the couple days after that. So yeah, that's really all I have to talk about as far as what I've been working on. Like I said, it really has not been a lot. I dyed a lot of yarn this week. I dyed up 20 skeins, 10 of which, like I said, I sent out to podcasters. The other 10 I am keeping to knit shop samples out of, so you guys can see what all the colorways look like knit up. So if you have any suggestions for single skein projects, like shawls, socks, hats, anything like that, drop them in the comments below, because I'm struggling to find 10 different patterns to knit this yarn up in. I don't want to knit like the same pattern like 10 times, you know what I'm saying? I want some variety. Not just so that everybody can see how it's knit up in different projects, but so that I don't lose steam on knitting shop samples. You know? But yeah, so if you have any suggestions for great one skein shawl, sock, hat patterns for fingering weight yarn, drop them down below, because I would love to check them out and hopefully find some ideas for shop samples. I have all my yarn. I just put it back there earlier. I do have some ideas for some patterns for some of the yarn. Like I look at them and I'm like, oh, that's gonna be a beautiful this, but still looking. 10 patterns is a lot. But gotta do what you gotta do, because I want you guys to see how things look knit up, because I find it very helpful. Now, if I dye up more colorways, like new colorways and stuff, who knows how well constantly knitting shop samples will go, but you know, we'll see. We'll give this as a test run and go from there. But yeah, that is pretty much all the crafty content I have to talk about this week, guys. Like I said, super short episode. Like, really, really short. I apologize. But all I've been doing is working on the socks for my mother-in-law. So, really not much else to talk about. So if all you came here for was crafty content, then thanks for hanging. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it. Hit subscribe if you want to hang out with me when I post videos. Hit the notification bell if you want to know when I post. Every time I post, get notified. But yeah, as far as life stuff goes, this past week, like I said, I was dyeing up a lot of yarn. Bruce completed his first week at school full day, so that was exciting. Today, Keith and I ran some errands. Like I said, I went to the post office to ship that yarn out to podcasters, and we went to Barnes & Noble, which is always exciting. It's like my favorite place because Bruce is getting really good at like reading. So we wanted to pick up some like first reader books for him to like, you know, because he gets excited about reading. So I wanted to get him some first reader books. And of course I had to get Paulie some Mickey Mouse board books and stuff, and he loves those. And actually we are starting to think about moving him from the crib to the toddler bed. So we brought all those toddler bed pieces down today, and his toddler bed set came in, which is of course Mickey Mouse. Shocker. So that'll probably be happening soon, which I'm a little scared about, but you know, he's getting big. What am I gonna do? Can't stop it from happening. Doesn't mean I'm happy about it. What? Hello, baby. Did you finally come out? Come here. What? Come on. Come say hi. And I did get 2 books for myself. I got The Tattooist of Auschwitz, which I've been wanting to read for a really long time, and I started that today. I'm only 61 pages in, and I love it. So I'm hoping that I will continue to love it. And I also picked up a book called The Lilac Girls. Ah, the little black cat has decided to show up. Say hi. Where have you been hiding all day? But yeah, I also picked up a book called The Lilac Girls, so I'm very excited to read that as well. Because I've been kind of in like a reading slump. Currently, if you follow me on Goodreads, I think my username is Gatti. Probably is. But if you want to follow me on Goodreads, pretty sure it's Gatti. But I'm currently in the middle of reading like 5 books. I'm reading Outlander, which I read in spurts because it's very, very long. I'm reading A Court of Wings and Ruin, which I'm not that far in, but for some reason like I've just been like not wanting to read that, which is like really weird because I'm like, I love that series. But anyway, I'm also reading The Hobbit, which I kind of figured would be like my palate cleanser. Nice easy book. I've read it before, but I've stalled out on that too. That's how many books is that? That's 4. What's the 5th book I'm reading? Guys, it's bad. We're gonna check. Because I'm going to take a guess. I'm going to take a guess that it's Harry Potter. More than likely that's what it is, but let's see. Oh no, that's right. Okay, so I am currently reading Tattooist of Auschwitz, which is what I started today. So good. Like I said, A Court of Wings and Ruin, The Hobbit. I started Throne of Glass. Now, this is probably going to be a very controversial statement. Now, I do plan on finishing this book, but I kind of stalled out on it because, I don't know, I find the plot extremely intriguing, but I find the characters very unlikable, which is making it very difficult for me to keep reading. I'm having a real hard time with the characters. Not really liking them all that much. But everyone keeps saying this series is amazing and it gets so good, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to power through. So maybe, because Tattooist of Auschwitz isn't that long of a book, and I'm hoping that maybe if I finish it, it'll give me the motivation I need to like finish the rest of my books. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that ever happen to you? Kind of like when you finish a knitting project, you're like, yes, motivation, finish everything else. I get that way with books. So I'm hoping that, because Tattooist of Auschwitz is short, it's an easy read, so I'm hoping that when I finish that, then maybe I'll go and finish Throne of Glass, because that book is not that long either. And I was right. Book number 5 is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, because I'm always reading Harry Potter. I like almost don't count it because I'm constantly reading a Harry Potter book, but I am in the middle of like a read through, which I started last summer. And I kind of just stalled out for some reason, but sometimes I just feel like the urge to read Harry Potter, so I read it. So I'm on Order of the Phoenix, but anywho, that's pretty much it. That was my day. See, we went to Barnes & Noble, then we went home, went grocery shopping, cleaned the house. Always fun cleaning the house. I actually have to go do dishes when I'm done with this. Not in the mood. Can I help you? What? You guys can probably hear him purring. He is like the world's loudest purr. Can I help you? You're such a baby. You're such a baby. The baby. Baby. Oh, yesterday it was like 80 degrees outside. It was beautiful. So Keith and I were hanging out outside with the kids, and like a month ago I bought like these wood signs because I want to make a couple wood signs like with like vinyl from the Cricut for the kitchen. So we sanded and stained the wood yesterday, and probably tonight I'm going to make the actual decals and put them on. So next week hopefully I'll have those to show you. That would be cool. Yeah, we went to Home Depot today too because we had to get like hangings for the backs of those. So hopefully I'll be able to get those done tonight. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll probably be posting about it in my stories while I'm doing it. But maybe I'll have those to show next week. That would be awesome. Hopefully I have a lot more stuff to show you guys next week. I don't have any dyeing or anything to do this week, which means much more knitting time for me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like we haven't really done much. Monday is our big errand day where we go out and run errands, so it was crazy because Bruce has like a class in the morning on Mondays, like before school starts, so like he gets there really early, so we have so much more time than like normal in like on Mondays. And like we were done with our errands by like 11 o'clock. It was insane. Then we came home and had lunch, and my brother-in-law came by to eat lunch with us, and yeah, it was just nuts. I was like, oh my god, I cannot believe I got those errands done so quickly. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't really have much else to talk about. Like I said, short episode, and I apologize. Hopefully next week will be longer to make up for it because I won't only be working on one single project. I won't be very monogamous this coming week. Well, once I finish my mother-in-law's socks, which I'm really hoping to get done in the next couple days because I miss working on other stuff. Like I miss working on Keith's Harry Potter sweater. I miss working on my Leica Cloud, guys. I love it, and I want it. Like I want the finished object so much. Like this morning, it was like hot today, but like also gloomy and rainy, so it was like kind of hot but like kind of cold. So I threw on this sweater this morning, and I was like looking in my closet, and I'm like, man, I really wish I had that Leica Cloud. So hopefully I will be able to get more work done on that this week. And who knows, knowing me, there'll probably be another new cast on because I do have a giant thing of yarn back here, like not just my stuff but just like other hand-dyed stuff that I've been wanting to crack into. But I also want to finish Keith's Musselburgh because I just want that off the needles. And like I said last time I talked about it, like I think because I'm knitting it in worsted weight yarn, it's killing me, and I'm like so close to the decreases, and I just want it done, even though he's not going to be able to wear it anytime soon, but still. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. I know I've said that like 35 times, but you know how I roll, guys. I repeat myself 1,000 times because I don't know how not to. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Like I said before, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up because it spreads it around the little YouTube land. If you like hanging out with me, hit the subscribe button so you never miss a video. And if you want to know exactly when I upload, hit the little bell because then you will get notified the second my video uploads, and it's Monday. Assuming all things go according to plan, this should be up in 2 days on Wednesday. Then yeah, I will see you guys next week. Happy knitting. Bye.